I want to build something here. This is the studio, and I am building a studio. I have a studio, and I kind of want to create this internet studio, this YouTube studio, where other artists can come and watch me sketch and sketch themselves and feel like they're not just alone in a vacuum, in a bubble by themselves. You're not the only people who have this weird, nerdy hobby. And that's how I feel. I feel very strange sometimes in my own interests and hobbies, because I'm a grown man who kind of enjoys comic books. But even more than comic books and anime, I enjoy the art of anime and the art of comics more than I sometimes enjoy the actual comics. And I think most of the time people don't understand that. I think people just look at me as, oh, the nerdy guy. He likes, reading comic books and watching anime. What a weirdo. And for the most part, I'm not overly consumed with whatever fictitious world that is. I'm watching almost purely because I get joy out of this massive creation of seeing the passion and the technique. I can respect and enjoy the abilities of the people behind these creations. And mostly because that's what I wanted to do. That's the field that I wanted to get into. Life didn't work out that way, but that's what I wanted to do. And now watching it, just kind of, I enjoy practicing it myself. And that's what this YouTube channel is about. Me learning and doing. It's not just me learning, it is me trying to change my life and take my life in this other direction. And I think I'm reasonably good at it. I don't know if I'm good enough to be paid to do what I want to do, but that's the end goal. To be able to reroute my life into my passion completely 100% and change it. And if you are perhaps along these lines, if you are an art student or someone in high school that wants to learn this stuff, or perhaps you're a grown adult like me and you still enjoy this stuff and you just want to kind of come to the space, perhaps you don't have any friends who are interested in this stuff, just like I don't. I have maybe a handful and I don't talk to them all the time about it. We don't get together. Life's busy, and especially when you have kids or family and other obligations, like, you just don't have time for that stuff. Just to get together with friends and nerd out over anime, So if you were like me and you just have, a few minutes, maybe an hour a day to spend some time alone in your studio or at your art desk, put your head in your sketchbook and maybe play a video on your phone that gets you in the mood to draw and makes you feel like you're not so alone with your hobbies, like I do. This is what I do. I find other artists on YouTube and I watch them. And I hope that people come to my channel and want to do this too and feel the same way. So with that, I would like to start a new video series called Studio Sketch Sessions. 3S or maybe S3, I'm not sure what I'm going to officially call it, but it's Studio Sketch Sessions. I'm going to get together hopefully with you guys and more people, and it's going to be live. I have to meet certain standards in order to be able to do it live with my phone. Besides that, I don't have like a legit camera that plugs into my computer so I can do this whole streaming thing. So I have to reach 1,000 subs in order to be able to do it live from my phone. But that's the goal. That's the goal. Hopefully build something and build this studio, and you're all a part of it. If you're watching this right now, you are now a part of the studio. Welcome to the studio. So yeah, it was just my ramblings, just my thoughts. Really happy I got this new Movo mic. I'm hoping it increases the quality of my videos, and I hope it increases the value of the videos to you, having my sweet voice in your ears. No, that's I feel like listening to my own voice, I'm like, is that how I sound? Why do people even want to talk to me? My voice just does not sound pleasant. It's grating to my own ears, and I'm sorry if it feels that way to you guys. If it does, comment below, let me know that it's grating. Shut up. Just say, Rich, shut up, play some music, and don't talk here ever again. Say that, I will not be offended, because I feel the same way. But if you enjoy my voice, if my ramblings are for some reason interesting to you, you feel the same way, let me know. All the feedback's valuable. Hey, if you're still here, can you do me a favor? Go ahead and click that thumbs up button. Let YouTube know that you like this video. And if you want to see some more stuff from me, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, ring the bell for notifications, and you should be notified whenever I upload a new video. Right now I'm working on an anatomy series. I had several requests for that, and next one up might be dynamic poses or dynamic anatomy. So yeah, a little bit of stuff for you to look forward to. Aside from my YouTube goals, art goals, man, getting better with perspective, definitely. And I am working on my own comic. I've got 10 pages penciled and inked. I've documented some of the process here on my YouTube channel. You can go and look back at that. All of my making comic videos. I'm not sure if I have it in its own separate playlist, but I've done a few inking tutorials about it. And at some point I'm going to do kind of a making of video, where I kind of go over the whole process that I went through when developing this comic. Planning, character designing, and story writing. I'm going right into pencils. I really have an abbreviated process for it because I know how I am. I tend to get stuck in development stage and never get past that. So I didn't do a whole lot of development when it comes to character designs and all that, because I know by the time I design all the characters and I have a story, I start going back and redesigning because all of a sudden I'm just not interested in those designs anymore. So I knew how to jump into it. Anybody else have this problem? Let me know down in the comments section what problems you have when coming up with your own project. Sometimes people get stuck in the development phase. Sometimes people don't. They just can't seem to finish a project. They'll get halfway through and lose steam, or not even that. And I know I've been guilty of both. But I am extremely dedicated to not doing that this time. I'm moving at super slow speed, but I'm committed to actually finishing this thing, and at some point it will be on one of those crowdfunding sites, either Indiegogo or Kickstarter, but it's looking more like Indiegogo seems to be the place to go. Majority of the time I get too wrapped up in the character design and the story and never actually start drawing on a comic book page. Like, it's insane. I always get wrapped up in the pre-production process, and I get infatuated with it, and then I just burn out on it. All of a sudden it doesn't interest me, or I now have a new idea that I've already started developing. That happens to me time and time again. But last year Jake Parker did some videos, and if you don't know Jake Parker, go check him out. He did a series of videos on basically the war of art, or the creation process, and how finished is better than perfect. So if there's one thing I want you to take into 2021, something that really affected me: finished is better than perfect. Just start. So thank you for joining me in the studio. Subscribe, ring that bell for notifications.